Emmerdale viewers have expressed concern that Dr. Todd may escape punishment for her shocking assault on Charity Dingle. The Woolpack landlady became entangled in the doctor's manipulative schemes after Todd discovered the truth surrounding baby Leyla's parentage. Earlier this year, Charity gave birth to Leyla after claiming she was acting as a surrogate for her granddaughter Sarah and Sarah's husband Jacob. However, the reality is far more complicated. Charity had a relationship with Ross and became pregnant with his child, meaning Sarah and Jacob are raising a baby who is not biologically theirs, without knowing the truth. After using the secret to blackmail Charity for money, Todd later exploited Charity while she was heavily intoxicated and sexually assaulted her in disturbing scenes shown on the ITV soap last week. In the aftermath, Charity reported the incident to the police, but Todd insisted that the encounter had been consensual before leaving the village to take up a new job elsewhere. During the latest episode, Charity appeared distant and emotionally withdrawn. Her partner Mackenzie became concerned and wondered whether she might be struggling with postnatal depression. Although Todd did not physically appear on screen, her presence was felt through voiceovers as Charity relived the traumatic experience. By the end of the episode, Charity remained overwhelmed and unsure how to move forward. She sat alone on the sofa after telling Mackenzie she would arrange a medical appointment following his concerns about her well-being. Because Todd was absent from the episode and Charity's struggles seemed to focus mainly on her emotional state after childbirth, many fans have started to fear that the doctor could avoid facing consequences for her actions. Taking to Reddit, one viewer questioned whether Todd's departure marked the end of the storyline, expressing disappointment at the possibility of her escaping accountability for the assault. Another fan suggested that once Charity eventually confides in those around her, she may receive the support needed to pursue justice. They speculated that if Todd had harmed others in the past, additional victims could come forward and strengthen the case against her. A third viewer criticized the storyline, arguing that the assault appeared to be used as a plot device rather than being properly addressed. The same commenter sarcastically mocked the show's attempts to connect the storyline with wider themes of workplace bullying. Before the attack took place, it briefly seemed as though Charity and Todd had reached an understanding. However, the situation quickly changed when Todd attempted to kiss Charity and was immediately rejected. Charity, who had been drinking, laughed off the advance and insulted Todd before eventually falling asleep on the sofa. Afterward, Todd stood over her and spoke in a cold and threatening manner. As Charity remained asleep, Todd climbed on top of her. Moments later, Charity woke up in panic, realized what was happening, and demanded that Todd get away from her. Todd then calmly gathered her belongings and left the house. The scene prompted an immediate reaction from viewers on social media. Many described the sequence as deeply upsetting and difficult to watch, with some questioning whether a stronger content warning should have been provided before the episode aired. Several viewers admitted they found the scenes distressing, while others argued that the program had pushed the storyline too far. Despite the criticism, a number of fans praised the soap for tackling such a serious issue. Many commended the performances, direction, and the sensitive handling of a difficult subject. Others highlighted the importance of raising awareness about sexual assault, pointing out that victims can be of any gender and expressing hope that the storyline could encourage wider discussion and help survivors seek support and justice. Watching Charity Dingle struggle with urinary incontinence in Emmerdale immediately struck a chord with me. The scene where he rushed to find a toilet after an accident and then decided not to go out perfectly captured the frustration and disappointment that many people living with similar conditions know all too well. Kane is currently battling an aggressive but localized form of prostate cancer. Following surgery and the removal of a catheter, he has been dealing with urinary incontinence, a common side effect that can significantly impact daily life. A recent episode highlighted another challenge when it was revealed that the garage he owns does not have its own toilet facilities. Employees are expected to use the pub's facilities instead, creating a problem that had never really been addressed before. As someone living with Crohn's disease, a type of inflammatory bowel disease, I understand these struggles firsthand. I have experienced bowel incontinence myself, which made seeing such a storyline on television particularly meaningful. According to Crohn's and Colitis UK, increasing awareness around incontinence is essential because many people continue to suffer in silence due to embarrassment and stigma. Like Kane, I initially found the issue extremely difficult to talk about. There were occasions when I declined invitations or avoided social situations without explaining the real reason behind my decision. Limited access to toilets has also affected my own life. At a previous workplace, there was a period when the building had no running water and staff were told to use facilities elsewhere. Knowing how urgent my condition could be, I realized I would not be able to manage in those circumstances and chose to leave. One of the most difficult aspects of bowel incontinence is that accidents can occur without warning. In some cases, there may be no obvious sign that leakage has happened until after the fact. The condition can be emotionally draining and deeply isolating. Yet despite the embarrassment many people feel, incontinence is far more widespread than most realize. For men undergoing prostate cancer treatment, urinary issues are common, while some may also experience bowel-related complications. Although many recover over time, others can face longer-term challenges. Despite affecting so many people, the topic remains largely unspoken among men. This is one reason why Kane's storyline has been praised by organizations working to support those affected by prostate cancer. Supporters of the storyline argue that it highlights a reality faced by many men after surgery and encourages conversations that might otherwise never happen. Simple statements acknowledging that men can experience incontinence too may seem small, but they help challenge a taboo that affects countless lives every year. Another reason the storyline resonates is because Kane has always been portrayed as a tough and resilient character. Seeing someone with that reputation facing such a vulnerable situation may encourage others to speak more openly about their own experiences. For people living with bowel conditions, symptoms can often lead to shame, anxiety, and social withdrawal. Storylines like this help create understanding while reminding viewers that they are not alone. Whether the condition affects men or women, greater representation can play an important role in reducing the unnecessary shame that often surrounds incontinence. The soap has shown this journey realistically. After being arrested for urinating in public, Kane initially hid the fact that his cancer treatment had affected his bladder. Eventually, however, he found the confidence to confide in his wife and accept support. Since then, he has had to adjust aspects of his lifestyle, including reducing alcohol consumption and exploring exercises designed to strengthen bladder control. My own experience led me to discover that previous surgeries had weakened the muscles and nerves responsible for bowel function, contributing to the problems I now face. Managing my Crohn's disease can reduce symptoms, but there is a difficult balance because the operations that improved my overall health also played a role in causing the incontinence. After considerable effort, I was eventually referred to a dietitian who helped me identify foods that could reduce diarrhea and improve symptom control. While dietary adjustments and medication have made a positive difference, treatment is highly individual. What works for one person may not be effective for someone else. Even with improvements, access to toilets remains a constant concern. Public facilities are often unavailable, poorly maintained, or require payment, creating extra stress for people who need immediate access. Another aspect of Kane's story that felt familiar was his decision to limit how much he drank before leaving home. Many people living with incontinence adopt similar strategies in an attempt to avoid accidents. For that reason, the program deserves credit for showing the issue honestly and without sugarcoating the realities. Kane being encouraged to try leak-proof underwear was another practical and realistic step in his journey. Television dramas have historically avoided conversations about bodily functions and incontinence. However, long-running soaps are uniquely placed to explore these experiences in detail and show how they affect everyday life. By tackling the topic so openly, Emmerdale is helping challenge outdated attitudes and increase understanding. For viewers living with similar conditions, that kind of representation offers hope that perceptions will continue to change and that fewer people will feel embarrassed about seeking support. It is a storyline that deserves to continue receiving attention because conversations like these can make a genuine difference. Emmerdale continues to air on ITV1 every weeknight at 8 p.m. and is also available to stream on ITVX.